Good evening, and welcome to your AI Daily Press evening podcast for October 2, 2025. Firstly, protests are erupting in Ukraine as the United States has decided to provide Kyiv with intelligence on long-range energy infrastructure targets deep within Russia. This move marks a substantial shift in the White House's stance on the conflict and is likely to be seen as a significant escalation by Moscow. In another development, the U.S. government has announced a hike in H-1B visa fees, effective immediately. The new fee structure has sparked outrage among international students, tech industry leaders, and immigration experts, with many predicting a talent exodus from the United States. Lastly, we're seeing a growing crisis in Ukraine, where the United States is providing intelligence to facilitate accurate targeting of Russian facilities. This move comes amid growing frustration in Washington with Moscow's relentless attacks on Ukrainian cities. These stories are developing, and we'll continue to bring you updates as more information becomes available. For now, that's all for this evening's podcast. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow. And remember, share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag EH1B visa fee hike. Good evening. Now for the latest in social and cultural news, here is Barbara Waters.
Walter, and then she'll know what's right now. Firstly, we've been following the situation with Hurricane Imelda, which has made landfall in Bermuda as a Category 2 storm, bringing damaging winds and waves. Additionally, the remnants of Hurricane Humberto have been named Storm Amy, which is expected to affect Ireland and the UK starting on Friday, with strong winds and heavy rainfall predicted. In other news, we've been covering the story of an aid flotilla attempting to breach the maritime blockade of the Gaza Strip, resulting in the detention of several Italian citizens. The situation has sparked controversy, with debates surrounding the legitimacy of the flotilla's mission and the Israeli military's response. Lastly, we touched on a related story involving another aid flotilla, the Global Sumud Flotilla, which was intercepted by the Israeli military, leading to the detention of several activists, including Italians. The situation highlights the complexities of the Israel-Palestine conflict and the need for a balanced approach that prioritizes humanitarian concerns. These stories demonstrate the complexity and nuance of global events and will continue to provide in-depth coverage and analysis on the AI Daily Press. Thank you for joining us this evening, and we'll see you again soon. Now for the latest in business and finance, here is Louis Riskweiser.
Thank you, Barbara. I'm your host, Louis. Here's a brief summary of tonight's top stories. We begin with the latest news on the U.S. job market, where recent data suggests that the labor market may be showing signs of cooling down. This has significant implications for investors and the overall economy. In other news, the artificial intelligence landscape continues to evolve at an unprecedented pace. CoreWeave, an NVIDIA-backed AI data center operator, has signed a massive $14 billion long-term cloud deal with Meta, the parent company of Instagram. This partnership will provide Meta with access to NVIDIA's cutting-edge GB300 server racks, each equipped with 24 of the chipmaker's Blackwell AI GPUs. Meanwhile, in India, Tata Capital's initial public offering has been priced conservatively to ensure a healthy listing, with the company aiming to raise Rs 12,000 crore. This move is expected to provide a boost to India's financial sector, which has been witnessing a surge in demand for credit and financial services. These stories and more are making headlines tonight on the AI Daily Press. We'll continue to bring you in-depth analysis and expert insights as these narratives unfold. Thank you for joining us this evening. Until next time, stay informed and stay ahead of the curve. Good night. Now for the latest in science and technology, here is Carl Starman.
Thank you, Louis. First, we've been following the fascinating tale of a mysterious rogue planet called SIMP JL1 306563 09 303473, located about 20 light-years from Earth. Recent observations using the James Webb Space Telescope have revealed auroras on this free-floating planet, which are similar to those on Earth but with some remarkable differences. Next, we've been tracking the journey of a massive rogue planet that's been making headlines in our galaxy. This enigmatic world has been fascinating astronomers, and recent discoveries have shed light on its complex atmosphere and magnetic field. Lastly, we're excited to share an update from Jeff Bezos's Blue Origin, which has announced a new mission to take NASA's Viper lunar rover to the moon. The company is working on its second Blue Moon Mk1 lander, which will support the Viper rover in its search for ice and other resources at the moon's south pole. These stories represent just a few of the many exciting developments in space exploration, and we're thrilled to be a part of this journey. Tune in tomorrow for more updates from the world of space and technology. Thank you for joining us on the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, keep looking up at those stars. Now for the latest in sports, here is Howard Closewell.
Thank you, Carl. I'm your host, Howard. We've got an exciting lineup of stories for you this evening. First off, we're coming down to the wire in the MLB playoffs. The Los Angeles Dodgers have advanced to the National League Division Series after a thrilling wildcard round. They'll face off against the Philadelphia Phillies on Saturday at Citizens Bank Park, with the start time still to be determined based on the outcome of the Red Sox-Yankees game. In college basketball news, we're taking a closer look at Indiana University's efforts to revitalize their relationship with their fan base. The Hoosiers have been struggling on the court, but new head coach Darian DeVries is making a concerted effort to engage with the community and build relationships. We'll be keeping an eye on this story as it develops. And finally, we're highlighting some of the most electrifying matchups in the MLB playoffs, including the upcoming series between the Dodgers and Phillies. With both teams looking strong, it's shaping up to be a thrilling postseason. That's all for now, folks. We'll be diving deeper into these stories and more throughout the evening. So now, for the latest in travel and human interest, here is Charles Curl.
Thank you, Howard. Here's a brief summary of our top stories tonight. We began with a report on Pope Francis's historic visit to Iraq, where he met with Iraqi leaders and delivered a message of peace and unity. We also explored the implications of this visit for the region and the global Catholic community. Next, we shone a light on the vibrant cultural scene in Toronto, where artist Ellen Pau's installation Eye of Wisdom is being featured at the city's all-night art festival, Nuit Blanche. This stunning work invites viewers to reflect on the connections that bind us across time, distance, and experience. Finally, we examined the critical issue of parental leave policies in the modern workplace. We heard from employees and experts about the importance of supportive leave policies for working parents and the benefits they bring to companies, including increased retention, improved morale, and enhanced productivity. That's all for tonight's edition of the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Thank you for joining us. Until next time, good night. Now for the latest in fashion and entertainment, here is Joan Streams.
Thank you, Charles. First up, we celebrated the anniversary of Bruno Mars's hit song Just the Way You Are, which debuted in 2010 and became a game changer for the music industry. This catchy tune not only topped the charts, but also earned Mars his first Grammy win and has been certified multi-platinum. Next, we dove into the world of celebrity feuds, where Mariah Carey once again made headlines with her sharp wit and unapologetic honesty. In a recent interview, Carey reignited her long-standing feud with Jennifer Lopez, leaving fans wondering what really went down between these two music icons. And finally, we took a look at the latest celebrity news, from weddings to diss tracks and everything in between. Whether you're a fan of pop music, celebrity gossip, or just want to stay informed about the latest happenings in Hollywood, we've got you covered. That's all for tonight, folks. Thanks for tuning in to the AI Daily Press Evening Podcast. Until next time, stay funky, keep on singing along to those catchy tunes, and remember, we'll be keeping a close eye on the tea, bringing you all the latest updates and analysis. This is Joan, signing off. Now for the latest in nature and environment, here is David Attenacher.
Thank you, Joan. Firstly, a recent investigation revealed that the UK is one of the worst countries in Europe for loss of green space to development, with over 1,000 football pitches worth of protected natural land lost between 2015 and 2020. This raises concerns about balancing economic growth with environmental protection. Secondly, we reported on a remarkable conservation effort in central Newfoundland and Labrador, Canada, where the Nature Conservancy of Canada has protected over 12,000 hectares of forest, wetlands, and shoreline thanks to a generous land donation from Domtar. This project will provide a vital habitat for numerous species at risk and help mitigate the effects of climate change. Lastly, we discussed an investigation by The Guardian that found the UK is struggling to balance economic growth with environmental protection, with many areas designated as national landscapes being developed for residential, commercial, and infrastructure projects. However, recent research suggests that there are enough brownfield sites in England to meet almost all of the government's new home construction targets without encroaching on green spaces. These stories emphasize the importance of prioritizing sustainable development practices, exploring alternative solutions, and supporting initiatives that preserve our precious green spaces. As we move forward, it's crucial that we recognize the intricate web of life that binds us all together and continue to prioritize conservation and sustainability. Thank you for joining me on this evening's podcast. Until next time, I'm David, and I bid you a good evening. And that completes our evening podcast for today. Thank you for listening. Until tomorrow morning, I'm David Atanacher for AI Daily Press, the world's most unbiased news source.